12 years old next month, TripAdvisor has helped change the travel industry.
The website was one of the first to harness user-generated content. If you'd visited a hotel or resort, you could log on and write about your experiences and post reviews. The concept has been a huge success. More than 40 million people now visit the site every month.
In Hastings in East Sussex, two businesses have witnessed the site's enormous influence at first hand. At Black Rock House, owners Leslie and Tracy Ann consider TripAdvisor vital for small guest houses like theirs.
I think it's fairly essential for our business because it's internationally known and it gives people the opportunity to hopefully get a fairly unbiased feedback of the experience.
It's changed the industry greatly, I think, because in some respects it's actually given some more balance to the marketing that's out there. Prior to things like TripAdvisor, there was no sort of customer's voice to actually to put an opinion across.
But a mile away, Richard and Jane Carter claim TripAdvisor has helped ruin their business. The vast majority of reviews for their guest house are positive, but one former guest has been leaving comments they say are unfair and unjust.
Completely false from start to finish. We catered for their every need. We bent over backwards for them, more than a lot of B&Bs do.
Richard and Jane say bookings have stopped as a result.
I'm on medication, antidepressants.
Because of these reviews on TripAdvisor?
Oh, yeah. All because of TripAdvisor.
We're being slandered. Some of these reviews are very, very, very damning and they can kill your business stone dead.
It's a website that's helped shift power from hotels and guest houses and placed it at the fingertips of travellers. For some, that's been a blessing. For others, a curse. Tim Muffet, BBC News.
Let's talk now to TripAdvisor's founder and chief executive, Steve Corfer. Thank you for coming in, Mr. Corfer.
Oh, my pleasure.
TripAdvisor been going for 11 years, but now lots of people are talking about it because while it's one experience for people who are travelling, it's quite another sometimes for owners. And you heard what Richard and Jane were saying. One bad review, they say, has harmed their business.
It's really rare that it's one bad review is going to have an impact. I suspect they actually have many reviews. And what we're all about is helping travelers get their expectations met. If they want to have a great trip and stay at a very quaint, old-style bed and breakfast, more power to them, that's wonderful, and perhaps that B&B is the perfect fit for them. If they want a more modern experience, and the customer didn't read the reviews on TripAdvisor that explained it was very different.
But what I'm saying is you can't stop people posting malicious comments on TripAdvisor, can you?
They're not malicious, they're their own opinions of their stay. And we have 60 million reviews and opinions, so it's really a wide spectrum of people who expect all sorts of different things. If they're in the hospitality industry, they know they will not please every single guest every time.
How do you stop people writing malicious reviews? How do you police that? How do you stop people, or how do you stop people writing good reviews of their own restaurants?
So we've actually been at this issue for a dozen years. First, I want to point out that when you look at the average scores on TripAdvisor, it's 4 out of 5. If 5 is best, the average review is extremely positive. And UK travelers in particular are also 4 out of 5. So we look at the trust that people have placed in TripAdvisor and treat that with incredible care.
Do you have a mechanism for dealing with a specific instance where you are told, we think this is malicious or has been written from a dishonest point of view in some respect? Do you have a way of taking that off the system or investigating it? Does that happen?
Absolutely. When a review comes in, we'll apply numerous automatic scans to make sure that it's meeting our criteria, both for content in terms of foul language or something like that, as well as suspicion. If we think a hotel is trying to play up their own property or play down their neighbor's property, we flag it.
How would you know, though? I mean, there's just an email from Jane in Padstow who says she knows several business owners who regularly write their own reviews. How would you know that it was written by a business?
We are very, very good at it from a dozen years of doing it. We also have a team of people that investigate the reviews. So if in fact anyone on the site looks at a review and thinks it's suspicious, they can tell us. If any owner
How do they tell?
they click a little button on the site that says, hey, please report this to TripAdvisor. We then go and look and have a team of detectives that go and explore everything we can find out about that review. The fact of the matter is, so many properties have hundreds or thousands of reviews. The fact that any one review may be negative because they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, that's distinctly possible.
Just briefly, a question from Dave Crichton, if I may. Can you ask Steve Crawford if, why the site has a yes button for the question, was this review helpful, but does not have a no button, only a link that asks, problem with this review? It makes it easy to agree, but difficult to disagree, he says.
Well, it's hard to know whether we don't want people saying, no, I disagree with this opinion. If they've stayed at this place, we want them to express their own opinion. That's how we collect so much, such a variety of content, because we want all the different opinions to be expressed. We also love the photos. When you go to a property, you read a handful of reviews and there's dozens or hundreds of candid photos, not by the property owner.
Lots of the bathroom I've often found looking at.
Well, that can be very important to quite a few travelers.
All right.
Steve Crawford, thanks very much for coming in.
My pleasure.